Hello everybody, Dr. Bakes here, back to review for y'all. And today I'm here with another reaction video, everyone. After today's reaction, everybody, we're gonna be doing another episode reaction to Showoff Showdown, everyone. For those of you who remember last time, everybody, I reacted to an episode, to their latest episode, that being the FNAF Security Breach versus Happy's Humble Burger Farm video there, where it was team battle there. I enjoyed the episode there, but at the end of the reaction there, I did ask if you're a YouTuber or Andrew, or on other social medias, he goes by Canadian Andrew. All of them call Andrew for short there. But anyways, I did ask him at the end of that video there if he did see it, if he could do a fight with feature Ryuko Matoi versus Scarlet for Showoff Showdown. He didn't see the reaction there. He enjoyed the reaction video I did on the episode there. And we talked a bit for comments there, and he did say he would take. He says it'd be interesting fight to see Ryuko versus Urza there. He said he would try to have it for a future episode there. But he did do one video on Urza versus Ryuko in his side series there. Sorry, I might mix words right now. He did do it in the video. He did do a video of Urza versus Ryuko, his other series, No Rules Duels there, where he pretty much has two characters fight there, and they pretty much have a very short fight there, so that I haven't seen that video there. I thought he did a pretty good job there. And it's something I'd be excited to see Ryuko versus Urza there. Whatever it does become official episode for Showoff Showdown there, but during our conversation, Andrew did inform me that he did have a older episode that had Ryuko face off against Raiden for Metal Gear Rise or Vengeance. So I told him I would check that. I would check that episode out there. So that's the episode we reacted to everybody. Now it is an older episode, so I don't know how different it's gonna be compared to Showoff Showdown now. So, but this should be interesting fight, everybody. Now as for early predictions, who I think's gonna win, everybody, kind of different factors, everybody. If it's a fight just mainly focused on their like regular selves there or their base forwards, whatever, I think Raiden might have the edge there. It's Bailey. He's got the combat experience, more combat experience there, and he's probably faster than Ryuko there as well. I mean, even if Ryuko uses her like jet form there, I do remember that Raiden's like quick enough to like hop on missiles and whatnot there. So if he's quick enough to react to missiles there and move around on them, then I'm pretty sure he's fast enough to keep up with Ryuko's jet form there. However, if this fight's factoring in other transformations of the characters there, and Ryuko's most powerful form there, I can't remember the name of it, but y'all know which one I'm talking about there. It's the final form she had there when she fought against Ryuga, her mother, at the end of Kill la Kill there. If she ends up transforming that there, then I think Ryuko's got to fight the bag there. They ride tough there, but I think on power scaling alone there, that form's more. That's Ryuko's strongest form there, and even with Raiden's Jack the Ripper form there, I don't think he'll be able to beat Ryuko in that transformation there. So, but then again, she did have to get some assistance to get that form there. She had to absorb like a lot of life force energy there, from what I remember in Kill la Kill. So, and she did get some of that energy from the other characters in the show. So If this fight's other scenarios is a one-on-one fight there, no prep time, then I do think Raiden's got this here. But if it's any other scenario there, then and we do factor in like everything else about the characters there, then I do think Ryuko might have this fight in the bag here. So, but we're going to get right to reaction. Everybody see who comes out top here. So, as usual, everybody, if you haven't seen the original video, make sure to switch down below there. So, for ado, let's go right to it. Begin reaction. 3, 2, 1. Everyone, everyone, one more thing, everybody. Apology in advance if my voice sounds a little different from what I have been. I've been under the weather the past couple of days there. I haven't been, like, real sick or anything like that there, but with the change of weather there, my allergies get acting pretty bad there. I remember, some of the family members saying that allergies were, like, up, like, 240%. Worse than it hasn't been in previous years there. So, apologies in advance. My voice sounds a little different. So, anyways, everyone, let's go right to reaction here. Like I said, y'all haven't seen the original video. Make sure to search down below. So, without further ado, let's go right to reaction. Begin 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And apologies in advance for any burps, hiccups, everybody. Apologies in advance for any hiccups and burps, everyone. I did have some. We got so long ago, but I'm trying to control here, so.
Now let's meet the Showoff for tonight's showdown, shall we? Tonight, we have an epic hardcore battle between two edgy, sword-swinging, blood-shedding badasses.
Yeah.
Ryuko versus Raiden. Who will look out in one piece, and who will be ripped into a bloody puddle? It's time to find out. I put links to the analysis of both characters in the description below.
Watching this on Roku, so we'll be able to check the description there. So. Why don't you get afterwards, okay?
Get ready for the next battle.
Alright, here we go. Let's start out with the animations here. Alright, so they just start with the animation there. I guess they do the post-fight analysis here. Alright, no, the episode I've seen so far, they've done the pre-battle analysis there, then the animation and the post-fight analysis there, so. Alright. Okay, so far things look relatively even here. Oh, was I right? It's that thing down there. Alright, let's switch back to 2D here. Sorry, give perfect 1 second. These are control here. Oh, look, Ryuko got taken down there. Ooh. Alright. There's rules of nature there. One of my favorite video game theme songs, period, by and Riders of Vengeance soundtrack and Jewels, one of the best in game in my opinion there, so I was like right in control here. Alright. I was like, right, got the victory here. Or has he? Alright, looks like you won there.
Seriousness, let's discuss how and why Raiden wins this epic, edgy, hardcore, blood-shedding showdown. First off, let's discuss who is more skilled and experienced. Now, Ryuko and Raiden are both very skilled in close combat, especially when it comes to using blades. Now, Now, in
Yeah.
terms of fighting experience, Ryuko doesn't seem to have any formal combat training, while on the other hand, Raiden has been training in combat his whole life, ever since he was 10 years old. I think
Yeah.
it's clear who has the experience advantage.
Yeah, Raiden's got the edge at category there. Like I said before the reaction began here.
Let's start off with Ryuko, shall we? Now, Ryuko is fast enough to casually create after images. Now, some of you may or may not be thinking that that's not as fast as it sounds because you can create after images with your hand just by waving it really fast in front of your face. However, creating flickering after images with your whole body will require a lot more speed and mobility. Now, I could be miscalculating, but in order to move fast enough to create flickering after images of yourself in multiple places at once, you have to be moving either faster than the eye can see, or the exact pinpoint of how fast the human eye can react, or just slightly.
Yeah, she's created a lot of that images right there.
The human eye is capable of detecting movements occurring within 1/220th of a second, or 4.5 milliseconds. In order for Ryuko to move at that level of speed, she would have to be moving at roughly about 9,000 miles per hour, which is just slightly under Mach 12. Now, as for Raiden, there are times where he has been shown to be moving at massively hypersonic plus speeds. For example, he once jumped on top of speeding missiles from missile to missile like hopscotch, and he did so rather casually. The fastest missile on record could travel at about 15,000 miles per hour, but that is nowhere near the height of Raiden's speed. Believe it or not, Raiden's speed has actually been estimated to be at Mach 2,000. That's 2,000 times the speed of sound. If we multiply 716 miles per hour by 2,000, the exact result would be that Raiden can move at exactly 1,520,000 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's pretty fast there.
Insane. This means that Raiden is almost 169 times faster than Ryuko. But that's not all. When Raiden enters Jack the Ripper mode, his speed increases immensely. And with Fight mode, he has the ability to slow down his perception of time from 50 to 90%, so he can rapidly slice and dice his opponents to pieces almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong.
So that other thing there, you can pretty much slice them anything in a matter of seconds, so...
Now let's discuss strength. Now, one of Ryuko's most impressive feats of physical strength would be the time she sliced 2 buildings in half with a single strike from a far distance, which should definitely put Ryuko's striking strength well above building level.
Yeah.
Now, in comparison, Raiden is capable of lifting, flipping, and throwing building-sized robots and mechs, casually wielding building-sized blades, even at high speeds.
Yeah.
To match the strength of Senator Armstrong, and has achieved other similar building level or greater feats of physical strength as well. So, in their basic states, Ryuko and Raiden are relatively closely matched when it comes to physical strength. However, when Raiden enters Jack the Ripper mode, that's when the tables turn. When Raiden deactivates his pain inhibitors and enters Ripper mode, not only does he lose himself in his old Jack the Ripper personality, but it also gives him a massive boost to his physical speed and strength. In fact, while in Ripper mode, Raiden can strike with enough force to slice through buildings and machines that were specifically designed and/or built to survive nuclear wars. And Raiden wasn't even using his strongest blade while doing that, so it's likely that his strength was doing most of the work. Now, I could be overestimating, but if this means those machines are durable enough to survive nuclear detonation or atomic bomb blasts, then this means that Raiden's striking power is the equivalent of multiple nukes, which means he can literally strike with multiple megatons of force. Now, once again, I could be overestimating, so correct me if I'm wrong, but from what it seems, that amount of striking power is something that Ryuko just simply can't compete with. Now, to be fair, Ryuko also has a berserker form of her own, and like Ripper mode, it grants her a great boost to her physicality. Now, on the downside, both of these berserker modes have very similar flaws and weaknesses. Because of his cybernetic body, Raiden's blood is not natural and must be changed on a regular basis like the oil in a car, and his body runs on a very limited fuel supply, and Ripper mode burns up that fuel much faster. Also, Ryuko's berserker mode continuously drains her blood and is considered fatal to use, and her dying of blood loss. So really, it's more of a setback than a help. Now, it is true that Ryuko becomes stronger when she's closer to death, but this is not a limitless factor, considering that Ryuko can die and will die eventually. Now, speaking of which, let's discuss durability. Now, this is one category where Ryuko actually has the advantage. Not only can she tank...
Yeah, Ryuko does have the edge and durability there.
A fall from orbit. That's right, she actually survived a fall from space to the Earth. Now, some of you are probably wanting to downgrade this feat by saying that Ryuko was safe just before landing, and her fall was cushioned by a huge pile of naked people, apparently. Now, even if we do downgrade this feat by saying that, if we put the landing part aside, surviving the fall itself is still a very impressive feat, because if you were to fall from, say, the moon to the Earth, assuming you can breathe in space, once you re-enter the atmosphere, your body will eventually start to ignite and catch fire,
extremely high speeds like a meteorite, and because of that, you will most likely die before you even hit the Earth's surface. So therefore, even if we downgrade the landing half of this feat, the falling half alone is still a very impressive feat of durability. In fact, I think it's safe to say that this is definitely more impressive than the time Raiden fell from a cloud level height. Now, not only does Ryuko have a very impressive durability, but she also has a healing factor, and a pretty good one too. With this healing factor, Ryuko is able to regenerate from getting split in half, having holes ripped in her body, and she even survived having her heart ripped out. Now, spoiler alert, but do you remember when Raiden ripped out Armstrong's heart and crushed it in his hand? Well, Ryuko has survived having the exact same thing happen to her, so it's most likely that Raiden wouldn't be able to kill her using that specific method. Luckily, he has other methods of doing so. Now, before we discuss that, I'd like to talk about something else that's pretty important for this debate, which would be...
He was able to beat Wolverine Death Battle there, so heal factor, really doesn't make much difference there. Aside, don't make that much difference there, but it'll make things more difficult for Raiden there to try to take out Ryuko. So.
But he can also feed on some of Ryuko's blood and in return grant her more power. So Senketsu does play a rather important role in this fight as well. Just thought I'd like to throw that out there. Now, some of you might be wondering why Senketsu makes Ryuko look very, exposed. Well, believe it or not, it's not just because of fan service, and there actually is a logical explanation for that. Senketsu is designed to be skimpy because if he covers too much of her body, then the life fibers will consume Ryuko. Let me put it to you this way. Would you rather be half naked, or would you rather slowly and painfully die by being eaten alive by your own clothes? Perhaps I've said enough. Anyway, now it's time to see if the fighter has the right tools to take the other down. Or in other words, let's discuss weaponry. Now, while it is true that Raiden does have a larger arsenal of weapons, such as different blades, guns, rocket launchers, etc., well, what really matters is their signature blades. Or in other words, let's compare Ryuko's scissor blade to Raiden's high-frequency Murasama. Let's start off with the scissor blade. The scissor blade is made of carbon light fibers and is nearly indestructible. It can easily cut through Goku uniforms, not DBZ Goku, and enter decapitation mode, and even change its size. Ryuko can shrink the scissor blade to the size of an ordinary pair of scissors, or grow it large enough to dwarf an entire academy in size. No, that's very impressive. Now let's take a look at the Murasama. The Murasama is a special high-frequency blade that creates very powerful high-speed vibrations which weaken the target's molecular bond, allowing it to forcibly slice through just about anything. Now, Ryuko's scissor blade may be nearly indestructible, but nearly indestructible is not completely indestructible, and something tells me it won't be enough when facing a blade that can literally destabilize and break through its molecular structure. The fact that Raiden's Murasama blade can weaken its target's molecular bond while slicing could also potentially be enough to counter Ryuko's immense durability. That factor, combined with Raiden's insane levels of speed and strength, is going to make it almost physically impossible for Ryuko to tank or withstand. Now let's discuss the weaknesses of both characters. Let's start off with Raiden. Raiden is often emotionally and mentally unstable and prone to homicidal rage. Not only that, but Ripper Mode increases the pain he feels, and removing or decapitating his left arm will most likely cause memory loss and PTSD. However, because of his massive speed edge, Ryuko will be lucky if she manages to even land a single hit on Raiden. Now, as for Ryuko, she isn't much of a strategist and is quite brash and hot-headed. Not only that, but her berserker form is more of a hindrance than a help, like I mentioned earlier. Her healing factor is not limitless, and she is physically killable, and Senketsu can weaken and continuously drain Ryuko's blood if she's embarrassed by wearing Senketsu. I'm not making this up. Oh, and not to mention, Senketsu has special threads on the inside called Banshee threads. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. And if all of those threads are cut, Senketsu will come apart. Now you're probably thinking that Raiden wouldn't know that he needs to cut those threads unless he has prep time. Well, actually, I think he has something that may or may not help him with that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Raiden has a visor which not only covers his eyes, but also shows him the weak spots on his enemy's body. Now, I'm not sure if the Banshee threads count as that kind of weakness or not, and I'm not sure if Raiden's visor would be able to see them or not. But if it does, then it looks like Senketsu is toast. Now, before I wrap this up, allow me to introduce Ryuko's strongest and most powerful form, known as Senketsu Kisaragi. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. Which is essentially Ryuko's version of going Super Saiyan. As you would have guessed, this form of Ryuko is incredibly powerful and far surpasses that of her base form. While this form could give Raiden a good run for his money, and it may or may not even give Ryuko the win, however, sadly, it is likely that Ryuko probably won't be able to use this form in this battle, because Ryuko achieved this form by absorbing a massive amount amount of life fibers from Regio, which increased our
Right, sorry, what I said. They will also see Kill Kill. There was a little fuzz on some of the characters' names there, so I do apologize if I get names mixed up there.
will be a random encounter.
I'd say your chances are 1,000,000 to none.
Besides, even if by pure coincidence there somehow was a massive amount of life fibers just lying around in the area that Ryuko and Raiden are fighting in, Raiden will most likely speed blitz Ryuko before she can get a chance to absorb all of those life fibers and achieve that form. But once again, it is highly unlikely that she will be able to achieve that form during a random encounter with Raiden. Not to mention, the golden life fibers require outside help from friends, or so I've been told at least. So overall, while Ryuko is definitely not an easy opponent to permanently put down, but Raiden not only has the majority of advantages over Ryuko, but he also has the right gear to get the job done. In fact, once Raiden enters Ripper or Blade mode, he will most likely slice up and destroy every last molecular cell in Ryuko's body until there's nothing left of her to regenerate from. I think I've said enough. So in the end,
You see Ryuko losing, always Raiden.
lost her way. The winner of this battle is Raiden.
Alright,
Now,
Tio.
for all of those Kill la Kill fans out there who wish they could have seen Ryuko win, I'll give you a link to an alternate ending in the description below. Now, before I wrap this up, I want to give an extra special thanks and shout out to the MLG Avocado who animated the second sprite scene of this battle and also helped with the research on Raiden for this battle. I'd also like to thank Rex the Anime King for helping with the research on Ryuko for this battle. And last but not least, I'd like to thank LK64 for the awesome Ryuko sprites. All of these people played a very important part in making this battle a reality, so check out their channels and subscribe. Oh, and by the way, you might have noticed that my voice sounds different in this episode. Well, that's because the microphone on my laptop is broken, so I had to buy a new microphone. I know it's not perfect.
As someone who started out on YouTube using a microphone on a laptop there, I feel your pain there, Andrew.
Speaking of which, stay tuned because I'm about to reveal the next fighters.
Next time on Showoff Showdown.
Alright, Alright, yeah, so it's like a battle royale there. Might check that out there. Alright, well, that pretty much concludes the video reaction by overall I thought for episode that was pretty good there, but not as good production wise compared to some recent episodes there, but still enjoyable nonetheless. And it looks like this episode turned out to be the former latter there, where Andrew just judged, everybody did the research, just judged this fight based on the regular forms for Ryuko and Raiden for the most part there. So did factor in her full power transformation there. Like I said, if this was a random encounter here with no prep type given to either character there, yeah, I feel Raiden would win over Ryuko there. Although Ryuko would put a good fight there, but it would kept my said this fight kind of reminds me a bit of how the fight with Wolverine and Raiden did battle there. Wolverine put a very tough fight there, but Raiden was able to eventually wear out Wolverine and get the win there. So. Plus, we have a sword that can literally cut things down on molecular level there. Over time, this gotta take you down there, right? Even with a ridiculous healing factor there, so. So, yeah. But, I say, if this fight did include Ryuko's, like, full power transformation there, then I do believe she probably would have had the fight won there, but. The speed gap between her and Raiden would be a bit closer there. Plus, like I said, power skill wise there, Ryuko in that transformation there, she was able to beat her mother there, who had like a ridiculous amount of power there. And plus they were able to survive without space there and stuff like that, So, mean, Ryan wouldn't necessarily go down easily there, but I do like Ryuko would have had the fight won there if it did include her most powerful transformation there. So, no, that's just my opinion there. Not the animation was good there. The research was done pretty well. Don't really have a real gripes with it there. Overall, good episode of Showoff Showdown there. So. It'll be interesting to see how things are going to go down with Ryuko and Urza once that it does come out there. But I do understand Andrew's got like other fights there and stuff like that, so it may take a little while. So, but don't rush, Andrew. And take your time with it there. If you end up seeing this reaction there, so. But anyways, everybody, I'm pretty sure thanks up for now, everyone. Now, everyone, I probably will be able to be doing one more video this week, everybody, as my sister Amber is actually going to be coming in. Her birthday's going to be coming up in just a couple days there. So I'll least spend some time with her there for her birthday. We'll have to try to get one more video out there before then, but aside from that there, my next video is, everybody, will probably be my review for WrestleMania 38 Nights 1 and 2, which should be out sometime Monday-ish there, so. But tell everyone that was pretty much. Like I said, more video this week. Then after that will be the WrestleMania reviews there. So the WrestleMania is going to come out this weekend there. So do plan on watching it there. So. But tell everybody, I'm pretty sure thanks for. I'll see you next time. If y'all saw here, make sure you like button, do share, subscribe, bell for HA show icon. So these uploads. I'll see you next time. So everybody say out. Peace.